Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about something pretty fascinating, the intersection of AI and education.
Yeah,
And specifically, we're going to be looking at the work of Osaretin Agbonavbare.
right.
He's this guy who's making waves in the world of AI and education, and a lot of people are talking about him because he's going to be attending the upcoming Trump inauguration.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and there's a lot of buzz about why he's there and what it means for the future of education.
Yeah, so why don't we start with the basics? Who is Osaretin Agbonavbare, and why is his work so important?
So Osaretin is a pretty remarkable guy. He's known as a human-computer interaction expert, and he's also an entrepreneur.
Okay, so he's not just a theorist, he's actually building things.
Exactly, and that's what makes him so interesting. He's not just talking about the potential of AI, he's actually using it to create solutions.
Like what?
Well, one of his biggest projects is something called AIPE, stands for AI-Driven Personalized Education Ecosystem.
AIPE. Okay, that sounds like a mouthful, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's basically his vision for how AI can revolutionize the way we learn in college.
Revolutionize. Okay, so you're saying this is more than just like putting lectures online.
Oh yeah, much more. This is about using AI to personalize the entire learning experience. So think about it. Every student learns differently, right?
Yeah, some people are visual learners, some people are more hands-on.
Exactly. And AIP takes all that into account. It uses AI to figure out how you as an individual learn best, and then it tailors the content and the pacing to your specific needs.
Whoa, so it's like having a personal tutor powered by AI.
Basically, it can track your progress, identify areas where you're struggling, and offer you extra support. It also provides real-time feedback so you know exactly what to focus on.
That's incredible. But how does this AIP thing actually work in practice?
Well, one of the key features of AIP is adaptive learning. So the system adjusts the difficulty and content based on your performance. It's like having a textbook that rewrites itself to match your understanding.
Okay, so it's constantly evolving based on your needs. That's pretty amazing. And I'm guessing this could have huge implications for accessibility and affordability in education.
Absolutely. Because AIP personalizes the learning experience, it can potentially cater to a wider range of students, including those who might traditionally struggle in a conventional classroom setting. And by making education more efficient, it could also bring down the cost.
That makes a lot of sense. But let's go back to the inauguration for a second.
Mhm.
Why is Osaretin's presence there such a big deal?
Well, this is the second Trump inauguration, right? And it marks a really significant moment in American history. It's not often that a president gets a second term, especially after such a, shall we say, eventful first term.
No kidding. There's been a lot of debate and controversy.
Exactly. So this inauguration really signifies a consolidation of power for Trump and his agenda. And the fact that Osaretin's there amidst all these key political figures, it's a pretty strategic move.
So it's like he's got a front row seat to potentially influence the future of education.
Exactly. This inauguration is happening on January 20th, 2025, on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol building.
A very symbolic setting.
It is, and it's a place where historically new beginnings have been ushered in.
And it could be a new beginning for American education, potentially.
Right. And one of the things that's interesting is the potential impact of AIP on equity in education. We know that there are huge disparities in access to quality education in the U.S.
Yeah, and those disparities often fall along racial and socioeconomic lines.
Exactly. And AIP, with its personalized approach and its focus on mentorship, could be a really powerful tool for narrowing those gaps.
That's a really important point. And it's not just about access, right? It's also about outcomes, like graduation rates, for example.
Exactly. AIP has the potential to significantly improve graduation rates by providing students with the personalized support they need to succeed. And by fostering a more engaging and effective learning environment, it can keep students motivated and on track.
So we're talking about a model that could not only make education more accessible and equitable, but also more effective overall.
That's the idea. And, this ties into the larger theme of the inauguration itself, which is about progress and change.
Right. It's about looking towards the future.
Exactly. And Osaretin's presence there, with his focus on innovation in education, it really fits into that narrative.
It's like he's embodying the spirit of innovation that inaugurations are supposed to represent.
Right. And it raises a really important question for all of us. How might AI-driven education reshape not only the workforce, but society as a whole in the years to come?
That's a huge question. So to recap, we've learned about Osaretin Agbonavbare, this incredible innovator in the field of AI and education. and his ambitious project, AIPE.
And we've discussed the significance of the second Trump inauguration and why Osaretin's presence there is so noteworthy.
It's a story about the potential for real change in American education, and it's happening at a pivotal moment in our nation's history.
And it leaves us with a lot to think about. How might AI shape the future of learning? And what role will innovators like Osaretin Agbonavbare play in that transformation?
We encourage you to delve deeper into his work and the potential of AIP. This deep dive has only scratched the surface of a truly complex and compelling topic.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.